someone said hello. Who have we got here? Is it Demi? Hi, Demi. Who else have we got? Don't be afraid, guys. You can say hi on the chat if you want to. We've got Isabel, Max. Yo, there's loads of people. Hi, Alana. And Rosina and Lucy. Well, it's going way too fast for me to read. That's loads of people. I saw Sydney Craddock, Neve, Sky. Sky, you've got a cool name. Loads of people. Hi from Wales. Oh, wow, that's pretty far. People coming, I thought everybody's in London. So people coming from all over. Where are people coming from if you're not from London? I know I've seen Wales, Scotland, amazing, Ireland, lots of Scotland, hi, Newcastle, Glasgow, Devon, Monmouth. Is anybody from outside of the UK? Wiltshire, lovely place, Manchester, Birmingham, awesome. Someone said many, is that many as in you're from Manchester? Or many as in there are many people from outside the UK? Yes, okay. Monmouth. Oh, wow, loads and loads and loads of people. This is so awesome, guys. Hello. From the Highlands of Scotland, south of France. Whoa, that's pretty far away. That's pretty cool. I hope you've got nice weather out there at the moment, not that we can go outside and enjoy it. South of Germany, it's pretty far. Very nice. I do love the south of Germany. Right, should we try and get cracking? We've got about 77 people. That's pretty cool. Oh, is it pretty grey out there? Sorry, it was grey here this morning, but seeing as we all have to be inside, that's not too bad. This is pretty surreal talking to people and I can't see you. It's very, very bizarre. Let's see. So just the people that are here now, I guess people may join a bit later on. I will start. Hi, everybody. I know lots of people said hi already. My name is Aretha Ayeh. This is pretty cool, a webinar for BYMT. So people that have messaged already, is everybody that's in the chat so far, are you all BYMTers? Or are people looking to do BYMT, or are you not BYMT at all and you just want to find out about drama schools? Hit me up in the chat. Yeah, you are BYMT, Benjamin? Awesome. And Isabella? Ah, Demi, it's your first year. You're about to have some great years ahead of you. Someone's looking to do it. Lots of alumni, great. Hi. Is there anybody that's not done BYMT and they're looking to do it? Oh, someone's show got cancelled. Don't worry, guys. All these shows will be coming back. A lot of people looking to do it. Fantastic. Some seasoned people there. 3 years, amazing. Okay, well, someone did it last year. Well, lots of chat. So I will give you all the information about shows and everything, because I had a look at the website beforehand at the end of this. So let's crack on with the webinar, because I could talk to you guys for ages, but that's not why you're here, right? You're not here for me to chat about that. So let me see if I can share my screen. How do I put this down? So if some of you have done, oh, Demi's there. If some of you have done the webinars before, you'll know that at the end, I'll have like a little Q&A, so you guys can ask me any questions you want about what we've talked about, or if anything else pops to your mind, I will try and answer them in the best way I can. So yeah, I'll leave some time for that at the end. There is a Q&A there. If you have a question, I'm basically going to be talking at you pretty much for an hour, because I want to try and give you guys as much information as possible and tips as possible to make sure that you absolutely smash any auditions that you come up against and just smash getting into drama school, because my aim is just one day to see all of you guys on stage or screen. That would be amazing. So hopefully these tips will help. So yeah, let's start. Let's see if I can share my screen. Da, da, da. Can you guys see the screen? No? Yes? Yes! I was so worried this wasn't going to work. I actually had to borrow someone else's computer because, yeah, lots of yes. Okay, this is good. Woo, here we go. So what I would say, guys, before we start, I'm going to close the chat for the moment, is I know you can raise your hand. So if there's anything that is really confusing, try and raise your hand. If I don't see it, I promise I will try and get to it at the end. Grab a pen. Grab a paper. I've tried to make things as clear as possible. And I know these are recorded, but it might help to make notes as you go along. So yeah, as I said, my name is Aretha Ayeh. Hi. Oh, can we even stop? Screen's not moving. Oh, got to click it. Look at that, amazing. Okay, so let's see. Oh, we've got 86 people now. So yeah, I started with BYMT a long, long time ago, when I was just Diddy. Oh, got all these things open. There we go. when I was just Diddy. And I actually was part of BYMT before it was BYMT. I know that's a recent change. I was with it when it was YMT UK. I actually was there when it was actually first founded, when I was super small. Obviously not that small, it's impossible. But I actually remember the meeting in the hall where they decided the name, which is so bizarre. But it's been a very big part of my life. And I've made friends there. So if you're looking to do it, people that are already in it, I'm sure will tell you, you make friends for life, whether they're on the creative team or the pastoral staff, like the chaperones, or just the people that you're doing it with. They're just amazing. And I did 3 main shows with BYMT, as it's known now. The first was Red Hunter, which is what's on your screen right now. That's not me in the pink, that's me in the corner. And if you can see, hiding in the corner, looking at a murder that I may or may not have committed. So there you go. And then after that, I did Goblin Market at West End Live and the House of Commons. And I also did Missing Melanie. And for BYMT, I also did all the galas and workshops you could ever possibly imagine. So yeah, I did lots and lots of stuff. And I think Goblin Market is going on this year, or it's supposed to go on in August, right? At the end, we'll definitely chat about that, because I want to know if people are, oh, let's see, chat, someone said something. Yeah. If people are auditioning for Goblin Market, I don't know if it's been cast yet. One thing I will say about Goblin Market, guys, if you haven't done it before, or if you're about to do it, the Goblin call will get stuck in your head. I don't know how many years ago it was I did it, but has anybody done Goblin Market? I'm looking at the chat. I know there's some alumni here, people might have. You will end up singing it. The other day I was washing dishes and I was literally singing the Goblin call. It's beautiful, but it gets stuck in your head. You're doing it this year, Beth. Amazing. You will leave the end of that show going, all the time. It's beautiful, but Connor's a musical genius, the guy that wrote it, but it will get stuck in your head, guys. But moving on from Goblin Market, because there'll be plenty of time to talk about that later. After BYMT, let's see, which was, oh, I've got another. Maybe save, I'm not going to really keep popping into the chat because I keep getting notifications, but I will look at it afterwards. So if I haven't replied to anything in the chat, I promise I will do it afterwards. So yeah, so BYMT, that was amazing. Like I said, it just prepared me really for West End stuff. I mean, yeah, at drama school, it's amazing if you get the chance to go, but drama schools are expensive, and it just, you're working at BYMT and other, youth theatres there, but BYMT especially, you're working with well-established professionals, whether they're directors, choreographers, composers, writers, and people that are up and coming as well. So it's just, if you're thinking about doing it, because I know a lot of people in this webinar now have already done it, or are doing it, or looking to do it. If you're in this webinar and you're thinking about it, I am attesting to it. I highly recommend it. I do not regret it one bit. I loved it. So after BYMT, I went to Royal Shakespeare School of Speech and Drama, and I went there for 3 years. I did their BA Acting Musical Theatre course. So I am primed to answer any questions about what it's like at drama school for you later. And now I also sit on the panel, so I can give you guys all the tips about what we're looking for. And if you are auditioning, despite this lockdown, we're still seeing people online. I think I've seen about 200 people since this lockdown has started, and that's through self-tapes. Later on, I will give you some tips about the best way to self-tape, because a lot of people might not know, because why would you if you've never had to do it before? But most drama schools, I think, are doing that, and yeah, it's a great place, guys. Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves. How do we go back? There we go. So yeah, that online thing seems to be working. So they might keep it afterwards. So that's why I want to include a little bit about online auditions for you. Okay. Now we can go to it. So after drama school, I tried to find pictures of myself, and there is one slide with pictures of myself, guys. But I might click through that really quickly because I don't want to see it. But so I did a whole bunch of things. I was very, very lucky when I left drama school. This isn't, it doesn't mean anything if you don't get a job straight out of drama school, but I was very lucky that I did. My first job was a horror movie, and after that I went straight into theatre, and that, I don't know why I'm pointing, you can't see what I'm pointing at. But Jack and the Beanstalk, that was my first ever show. It was a panto at Liverpool, Everyman and Playhouse. And the directors of that were actually the writers of my third year show. Yeah, and then after that, I got my first big lead in Barnum, which was Cameron McIntosh's show. which is fantastic. And then that kind of just opened the door. I did loads of stuff. I did Love Me Tender, that was a tour. Leave to Remain, where that was at the Lyric Hammersmith. I think that's the most recent musical at the moment. And that was with another BYMT alumni, Billy Cullum, who is absolutely lovely. Miss Littlewood, that was with the Royal Shakespeare Company, an amazing, amazing show. I mean, this is just some of the stuff I found. These were just the posters I thought were cool. Miss Littlewood, by the way, if you're looking for audition songs or new musicals, that's on Spotify and it's beautiful. It's really lovely. So give it a listen if you want. There you are, the one slot of me. You can see, oh, I'm covering Tyrone's face. There he is, Tyrone Huntley, lovely bloke. So yeah, this is just an array of things. But I promise you, doing BYMT gave me the confidence to do all of those things. And then, let's see, what I'm doing now. Because I haven't done musicals in a little bit. I've kind of just been focusing on film and TV. So The Stranger, that was my most recent thing. But yeah, you can see Fantastic Beasts and CBBC 4 O'Clock Club, great programme. Stuff for Channel 4. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff. But that is enough about me. But the whole point of showing you guys that was, what I'm about to tell you now, the tips I'm about to give you now aren't just applicable to drama school. They are things that I use for whatever I'm doing, whether it's, someone said what part in The Stranger? Suzanne Hope, that's who I played in The Stranger. Was my course more drama based or all MT? Well, it's kind of a mix. I'll explain it at the end. Keep hold of that question. But yeah, everything that I'll tell you what, guys, write questions in the Q&A box. And then when I come to the Q&A at the end, I can try and look through them and answer them. That might be easier. So yeah, I used these tips for all these auditions. So hopefully they'll be successful for you. So acting through song, get your pen and paper ready, guys. Let's get into it. So acting through song. A lot of people are saying it right now like it's this big mystifying thing. It's not. At its core, it really is just acting, but I'm going to show you how we break it down to make it easier for you. I'm going to imagine that people, someone raised their hand there. How do I don't know how to check someone if they raised a hand. Sophia, can you write your thing in the chat and I'll have a look at the chat, or write your question if you raise a hand in the Q&A and I'll make sure that I come to it. I'll seek out your name and I'll answer that because I'm not sure how to check a raised hand on this, so sorry. So yeah, audition to drama school. The first and most important thing I would say with acting through song is, choose a song that you like and choose a song that excites you. That will make your job so much easier. Like really, really, really will. Because the reason for this is that you can relate to a song easier if you like it. It's very simple. If you're a 16-year-old girl and you're singing a song about a middle-aged man who's got problems with marriage and divorce, it might be a little bit difficult for you to connect with. And if you can't connect to it truthfully, you're not going to believe what you're singing. And if you don't believe it, we as your audience and the panel, we won't believe it either. So yeah, choose a song that you like and that excites you. The next thing I would say is treat your song like a monologue. So I'm sure that everybody in this chat can sing 110%. I have no doubt, especially if you're already part of BYMT. You definitely can. And you can sing the song. If you've got a great voice, that is fantastic. But what takes the song, I would say anyway, from good to great to absolutely incredible is your ability to tell the story behind the song. Yeah? So how you connect to it. And what I mean by that is playing the stakes of the scene or the song to the absolute fullest. Okay? So if you do that, the audience will be just as emotionally invested in it as you, the character, are. Yeah? So I'm sure like we've all, I mean, there must have been people that we've seen on stage playing the same role. So for example, if you've seen Les Mis, you might have seen Les Mis a good few times and seen lots of different people play Eponine, and you might have your favorite Eponine. That's not to say that all the other ones were terrible, because they're clearly not. It's just something about the way that that particular Eponine that you like, they emotionally connected to the song in a way that resonated with you. They made it relevant to them, and the way they related to it made it believable for you. So that's kind of what, am I making sense? That's what I kind of want to show you guys how to do. Okay, so when I say treat your song like a monologue, what I mean is strip everything away but the text. And this is where the process is kind of the same for whatever acting you're doing, whether it's stage, screen, radio, audio books, which is, I guess, the kind of radio now. Yeah, so strip everything away but the text. Put the melody to one side. Chances are you already know the melody of the song, right? So you don't need to worry about that for now. And get yourself a lyric sheet. I know it sounds super obvious, but most people don't think about it. So here, you can see I've got a lyric sheet. I don't know if you can see that. This is the Shadowlands. I've just literally pulled out all my music, so I'm maybe throwing up different pieces of paper. So yeah, get one online. They are free. You can download them if people don't know, or copy it into Word, print it, I don't know. And if you don't have internet access, because I know lockdown, people might have connectivity issues, listen to the song and write it down with a pen and paper. It ain't broke. So yeah, it's a way to do it. And break down your song like a monologue, which is what I'm going to show you how to do now. The reason that we break it down is so that we can play our intentions fully and commit to them. Any workshop you guys go to on acting through song, I promise you they will tell you this, no matter what it is. Whenever you're singing a song or acting in a scene, know what you're doing and fully commit to it. If you fully commit to it and you fully believe it, we will believe it. I know I keep saying this, but I just really want to drill it home to you how true it is. You can always tell when you're a panelist, when someone's not connected, when someone's not fully committed to it. So I'm just going to keep going over that point because it's so important. Just clicking up here in a sec. Oh, I can't get my, there's a chat. There we go. So yeah, so play intentions and fully commit to them. Okay. So how do you do that? That is, we're looking at our who's, our where's, our when's, our what's, our how's, and our why's. Write that down if you've got pen and paper. That is so important. There'll be so many different books or workshops you might go to, a drama school, different classes. They will give you some form of these questions. And when you know the answer to these questions, you will ace any song you sing or any scene that you tackle, okay? So, firstly, who? Really, really simple, guys. Who am I? Who am I singing to? Okay. The reason I write I is because you should always refer to the character that you're working on in the first person. So it's you, so you're relating to it. Does that make sense? But for the purpose of this, I'm going to say you. Okay. So who are you? Who are you singing to? So, for example, Shadowlands. Who is she? It's Nala. We know who Nala is. Simba's girlfriend. She's so much more than that, obviously. And who is she singing to? She's singing to her pride. That gives us some context. So we know there's some familiarity there. You start feeling nervous, things like that. So who are you singing to? Next one. Where? Where are you? Where have you just come from? And where are you going to? So always know when you're singing a song or you're looking at a scene, what's just happened before it and what's just happened after it, okay? If you know the show that it's come from, because sometimes panelists might ask you that. So if you're doing Into the Woods and you're doing Little Red Riding Hood song, I Know Things Now, know what's just happened before it. She's just come from her ordeal with the wolf and she's going off. Now, do you know what I mean? She's talking to the baker, she's going off, she's in the woods. That makes sense. It's so much of the stuff is already in the lyrics, which is why I want you guys to print out a lyric sheet and look at it. Because the answers sometimes are already there. These are really simple things. It's about to get more difficult. So when is it? And by that, I mean lots of things. The year. By the year, that can help how you sing a song. So for example, if you're doing Oklahoma, say, or Carousel, those songs are set, let's say they are what I call classical musical theatre, yeah? Someone's asked me a question. A sec. Do I always use these while I'm acting? Yes, I do. I really do. They are super, super helpful. And the first times you kind of go through these questions, it can be a little bit, okay, I'm writing down, I'm figuring it out. But when you get used to it, it just reels off like that. And let me say, guys, right now that this is just my way of getting into it. And yeah, a lot of actors do this, but I always talk, take what works for you and leave what doesn't. Listen to this webinar. If it resonates with you, if it works for you, then use it. But there are many different ways to get into a character. This is just one tried and tested method. which I can speak of because I've used it in my experience. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. So yeah, the year we were talking about. So if you're doing Oklahoma, you know it's like a legit song. It's a classical piece of musical theatre. You're probably not going to sing it in a really R&B, poppy styling. You're going to sing it more legit. So that will influence how you sing it. The time of day of a song, is it the morning? Is it the night? Are you tired? Are you hungry? Are you sleepy? Are you alert? Are you energetic? All of these things will influence how you sing it, okay? So if you're singing Good Morning Baltimore and you are singing it like you're about to go to bed, so you're really tired and there's no energy in how you're singing it, we as a panel are going to be like, yeah, they can sing, but why are they singing it like that? They don't know the context at all. So know the time of day. When in your story are you singing it? Are you singing this at the beginning of your journey? At the end of your journey? All these things will influence it. If you're singing it at the beginning, are you hopeful? Are you excited? If you're singing a song at the end, are you triumphant? These are all things to take into consideration before you even tackle a song with melody, okay? Then, what? I'm kind of speeding through these because I want to get into your drama school tips. Someone said, is that the only method I use? No, I think I just covered that. There's lots of different methods, but this is one that I find most successful of all. When I'm in a job, Owain asked, sorry, if this is a method the only method I use. No, sometimes if something doesn't work for me, I might only find a character when I'm in costume. I might find a character by, I don't know, relating them to sort of an animal that they like, and I can go in through the character's physicality. But once I'm in a job and I'm looking at a scene, yeah, I 100% always use this. I will always come, no matter how I get into a character, I will always come back to these questions, definitely. Did we do what was before that? Oh dear, how do I go back? So we did when, yeah. So what? So what is a really important one? Even if you don't do all the other questions, this is one that you really should know, because you might get asked it. I know at Central you probably will get asked it. So what do you want? Yeah, you've got to know what you want out of the song. What will happen if you don't get it? Yeah, what are the stakes? So for example, in Shadowlands, we know that if Nala doesn't go out and find help for her pride, then her pride will die, you know? They will starve. The stakes are really, really high. If you are invested in the stakes and you know what you want, you're going to commit to it. And like I keep saying, you commit to it, you believe it, we believe it. Yeah? So once you know what you want, you've got to know why. Why do you want it? How important is it to you? Yeah, we will always say 9 times out of 10 when I'm auditioning someone at drama school, or even other people when I've just sat on the panel, they will ask you, why are you singing it? What do you want and why do you want it? Why is it so important for your character that they get this thing that they want? Okay, and why do they want it now? Why couldn't they have sung this song before the show started, or at the end? After the story's finished, why couldn't they have sung it then? And they've got to know why. It's so important to know why you want what you want. Okay? Then, how? Yes, indeedy. Hold on a sec. How you will get these things. And this, again, so what, why, how? 3 very, very important things. Just going to quick look in there. Oh, let me go back on. Sorry. Not my computer, so I'm getting like things like popping up. So how will you get what you want? Okay, and that is very important. So in a song, break it down. So you've got like your introduction, your verse, your bridge, your chorus. How are you doing different things? You're playing different things each time you have a new thought, you have a new action. Are you pleading with them? Are you begging somebody? Are you flirting with someone? Are you seducing someone? Get yourself like a little active thesaurus. I'll show you some of the books that I use later, and go through that, because that when you, sometimes even if you can't remember, like you've lost a melody and you can't remember what you what's and your whys, if you remember how you're playing it and you think, all right, in this verse, I'm seducing. So automatically your like autopilot will kick in and you'll sing it that way. So yeah, that is really, really helpful. And then, yeah, so once you've done all of that, I know it seems like a lot right now, and I know I gave you guys a lot of information very quickly. I'm basically trying to condense like 3 years worth of teaching into like 20 minutes. Yeah, which is tricky to do, especially when I can't see people, because normally when you see people, I can explain to them, get them to sing a song, and then we'll break it down together, and then I'll get them to sing it again, and then we can work on it that way, and it's a bit easier to understand. So I hope this is still helpful for you. But once you've done all of those things, bring your melody back. Learn your melody, learn the song, sing it as much as you can. Sing it to your neighbours, drive your parents insane, annoy your dogs, like sing it until you can't get it wrong, and then just forget about it. Because in an audition, even if you don't know the melody, like if the melody goes a little bit iffy because you're nervous, you know, it's a little bit pitchy because you're nervous, if you're emotionally invested and if you're emotionally connected, that song is going to be so strong, and the panel, more often than not, will be like, wow, yeah, okay, they were nervous, maybe they got the melody, we can work on that with them, but they knew what they were doing. They made that song not just good, not just great, but incredible. So that is like so, so, so important. Yeah. So basically, for acting through song, I know that was a crash course, tell your story, make it your own. Now, when I say make it your own, some people think that means go super, super method with it. I don't mean that. Like if you're doing Sweeney Todd, say for example, you're being Sweeney Todd or you're being Mrs. Lovett, please don't go around and murder people and put them in pies. That's not constructive. That's not what I'm saying. But find an emotion that you relate to. So if it's jealousy, if it's rage, if it's anger, if it's lust, find a way that you can connect, find something that's going on in your life that you can connect to that. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm jumping in the chat right now. Guys, if what I said made sense, just give me like a little yes. If everything I said hasn't made any sense, give me a little no. Yes, it's making sense. Oh, good, because I was really nervous that it wasn't. Someone said sí. Hi in Spain. Hola. Okay, I'm jumping back into the webinar. Hang on a sec. I think somebody meant to say yes, Queen, and they put test Queen. So yes, if that's what you meant, that made me happy. Okay, so that was what I would say for acting through song. So make it your own, absolutely. Find a way that you relate to it, okay? Sing your song using your emotion and have fun with it. Like auditions for anything are always nerve-wracking. Like I once got told this by an actor and I was like, oh, they were like, you should always feel nervous before you go on stage, before you audition, just like a little bit. And I remember being like, oh no, I'll never be nervous. No, you 100% are. And that's kind of what makes it exciting and makes it spontaneous. It's okay to be nervous, but this is your moment. This is your spotlight to perform. Always go into an audition, and I don't mean this in an arrogant way, but go in thinking that you've got that job and you're just there to perform the part that you already have. Or you're there to perform to the panel at the school that you're already in, if you get my drift. The panel, no matter whether it's professional or drama school, we will always want the best for you. We will probably be one of the most supportive people because we want you to get in. If it's a casting director for a job in the professional world, we're going to want you to get the job, you know? So we're on your side. Nobody's wanting you to fail. So just take a breath, own your space, and have fun, and just be the amazing people I know that you are. But auditions, drama school itself, let's crack on to that. So I think I asked earlier if people were auditioning for drama school. I'm back in the chat again. Are people, oh, if you're not nervous, that's okay too. Like, honestly, like I said, if you're not nervous and you go in and smash it, girl, go in and smash it. Like, there's no worry about that. But I was kind of meant for people that are nervous, please don't feel bad about it. I don't think that's arrogance at all. If you can hear somebody walking in, that's my boyfriend who's just bought ice cream, an essential buy, and he's sticking that in the freezer, so that's what that is. Lots of people are auditioning. Okay, fantastic. So let's give you some help. So auditions, go on, put it in the fridge. I'm laughing because he's trying to like creep into the room like that. He's just run out. Sorry about that. So yeah, there you go. Someone said I've already got, some people have already got places. Fantastic, guys, if you have. If you are auditioning for drama school, this seems really obvious. Arrive early. Yeah, arrive early, because if you're late, you don't want to be running into an audition once everybody's already sat down. That will make you feel nervous, definitely. And also, if you are being, auditioning for a professional job, arrive early, because if you can't make it to your audition on time, they're going to be like, they might think, they might be like, they can't be arriving on time for that. Why would they arrive on time for rehearsals? Obviously, sometimes it's not always possible to be early. Try as you might. There's train problems and traffic issues and a million things. The alarm goes off late. That's human nature. But where possible, if you can't arrive on time, try and arrive early. Yeah? And then warm up. Warm up, warm up, warm up. Here, this is a little book that I took with me when I left drama school and I started auditioning for things. And in it, I have just written like notes that I did for auditions that I didn't get, or recalls, or stuff that I did get, and little tips that I did, so that I'd remember it for next time and I could help myself improve. For the first few ones, I had basically just written, let me see it, warm up, warm up, warm up. Don't do what I did. Don't do this the hard way. Go warm. If you're in a drama school audition and you're belting out a top G at 9:45 in the morning and you're like tired and you're nervous, and just don't do it. This is the most important tool we have in MT. Look after it. You've only got one. Warm up, even if it's that briefly in the toilets before you go in to the room. Do what works for you, warm up. Not just vocally, also physically, because you may be doing a dance call or a movement call. I know at Central, we see all three strands together, or courses together, the classical acting, the MT, and the collaborative and devised theatre. So you will be doing a movement no matter what. So just limber up. You don't have to be super flexible. No one's going to be expecting you to bust out into the splits, but make sure that your limbs are warm. So, oh, there's lots going on here. So the next one, know your lines. Again, seems really obvious. So many people just don't know their lines. It's okay, I'd say, if you're like, I've definitely done it once or twice when I've had like 24 hours notice for like a TV thing, or for like a play, and I've got like, sheets and sheets and sheets of pages. It's okay to sort of familiarize yourself as much as possible. It's okay to have the sheet in your hand for a professional job. But for drama school, do not have the paper in your hand, okay? Learn your lines off by heart. The reason I'm saying don't have it is because you've got the time when you're auditioning for drama school. You should be given enough notice about when you're auditioning. So put the work in. If you put the work in, you'll reap the benefits of that. So know your lines, know why you're singing it. If you're doing a Shakespeare piece, if you're doing an extract from King Lear, or if you're singing a song from Caroline Will Change, say, read the play that you're doing your classical or your modern piece from, because we may ask you about it, and listen to the whole musical. It won't take long, it'll take about an hour, maybe. Listen to the whole score, or if you can get a copy of the musical, read it, so you know all about it. Make that your topic of choice, just know all about it. Read the play, there you go, boom, boom. I've covered that already. So yeah, make sure you do that, because a lot of people don't, and once you've done all your who's, your what's, your when's, your how's, and your why's, even if you haven't read the play, those questions will probably help you out. So there you go, little inside tip. Sellotape your sheet music together. There is a way to do this. Do I have it? I've got a piece. You guys want me to quickly run to my bookshelf, which is just in front of me, and grab a piece of paper or a sheet music that I've sellotaped together to show you how to sellotape music together properly for auditions? Would that be helpful? Give me a yes or a no. Yeah? All right. Enjoy my newly painted wall. Back in 1 sec. I'm just here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Hello. So we got taught this at drama school. Your pianist in any audition will probably be sight reading, God knows how many pieces of sheet music a day. They do not want it looking like, where is it on? They do not want it looking like this with all the different pieces. That's going to be so impossible. Oh, yeah, I can stop showing my screen whilst I'm showing you. Thank you, it's a very nice wall. Right, can you guys see me again? I've stopped the share. Can you see me? I don't know if you can see me. Yes, hi. This is how we do it. This is a very old, well-loved piece of music. Can you see how that's stuck together? I'll get a little bit nearer to the screen. And then at the back, this is so old, this sheet music. Like that. So it's like a book. And it folds up like a book. So you can literally read it like this. Does that help? Can you guys, were you guys able to see that? Give me a yes or a no. Yeah? No? This is the proper way to sellotape your sheet music for any audition you're going to do, whether it is for drama school or you're auditioning for a Western musical or any type of musical. This is the way to sellotape your sheet music. If you do this, you are ahead of the game. Your pianist will thank you for it, I promise, okay? So I'm gonna share my screen again, guys. See you in a moment. Okay. Yeah, know what you're singing and why. Oh, I can't see myself anymore. I don't know what's happened there. Let's see. Oh, there I am. So yeah, know what you're singing and why, but we've covered all of that. So you guys are already ahead of the game because so many people really don't. And as much as it pains me, you want everybody that auditions to drama school to get into drama school, and it's not always possible. And I know how much work people put in because I've been there myself. And it's heartbreaking when you can't let people in, but sometimes that is the reason. They just don't know what they're singing. They don't know why they're singing it. They haven't connected, and it's just not good enough. So if you do that, you are ahead of the game, really. Pick a song that best shows off your range. If you're singing a cappella, because some people might ask you to, that's fantastic. The panel will probably already know the key of the songs that you're singing, but you can set it anywhere. No one's going to be like, so yeah, if you're doing it a cappella, amazing. Pick it that shows off your range. When I say a song that shows off your range best, if you're going to sing like The Wild Party or like The Wizard and I, or if you're doing Shadowlands, just bring it up because it's literally next to me, and you're going to be belting out top Gs. If on a good day, you can belt out top Gs, but on your average day, you can just about scrape them, that's not a song you want to do for an audition. You want to do a song that you can comfortably sing, even if you've got a bit of a scratchy throat. That's what I mean by that, because we can instantly tell when something's out of your range. And also, just for your own safety, you don't want to be straining your vocal cords by belting that out all the time. Really, you don't want to do that. Oh, sorry, just a really quick one. Going back one, for know what you're singing and why, know your context, which you will already have done if you've done those questions. The reason I'm saying this is because I remember an audition. This was a while ago, before I was sitting on the panel, but when I was an observer, I remember somebody singing You Are Your Daddy's Son from Ragtime, which is a lullaby. I think you guys must know it. I think you guys know it. You are your daddy's son. That song, really gorgeous. And they were belting it like you wouldn't believe. And though their voice was great, they didn't get in because they didn't get a recall, rather, I should say, for that particular course, because they were like, it's supposed to be a lullaby. So they don't know what they're doing. So yeah, it's important. So really do know what you're doing. And someone's just typing something. If your belt isn't strong but your head voice is, does it matter? No, but pick a song that shows off your head voice as opposed to your belt. So don't pick a song, pick a song that shows you at your best. Yeah, if you're gonna, like a Wild Party is a pretty belty musical. Don't pick an Adina Menzel Wild Party song where that is kind of belt heavy, you know? Pick something that works for you. I hope that answers that. Keep a good pace. I'm terrible for this, just generally. I'm sure you realise from me talking to you now, rushing is a terrible thing, but don't rush. Sometimes when people are doing their monologue, they rush through it. You lose clarity, we can't understand what you're saying. They rush through a song, they're ahead of the piano. It's just not good. So keep a good pace. And I know with nerves, it can make you rush, but just, like I said, take a breath, take a moment, the space is yours. Even if you're auditioning for BYMT, when you're with lots of other people, take a breath, take a moment, the space is yours. BYMT panels are so lovely. They're gonna want you to your best, so just take your time. It will be, and relax. I know that's harder to do than, or easier to say than it is to do. I know some people might not be nervous at all. Some people maybe, you know, say you have arrived late, you know, you put your alarm on, but it went off at the wrong time, got there late, you're wearing the wrong thing, all of this stuff. Just try and relax, take a deep breath, unlock your knees. I know that that's the thing that has come up a lot in drama school, which I didn't think it would. We used to get told it all the time when I was at drama school. People get told to relax and drop their shoulders, unlock your knees. And I never realized until I was on the panel watching people how much of a difference that makes. If you're singing like this, and you might not even realize that you do it, then your shoulders are tense. If your shoulders are tense, your neck's going to be tense. Your neck's tense, your breath isn't connected, so you can't support yourself when you sing. You're going to be damaging your vocal cords, all of that stuff. So just breathe and relax and just ease into the song. Yeah. Be nice to those around you. We will be watching on a panel, whether it's a drama school or for, you know, real world stuff, no matter what format of acting it is, how you interact with other people. People will be trying to put together a company or a class or an ensemble. We want to see what you like with other people, engage with them, be nice to them. They're in the same boat as you. You know, I don't mean, you know, they have to become your best friend for life, but just a bit of courtesy and, you know, be nice to them. And also, you're probably going to be seeing the same people on the same circuit. You'll probably be seeing the same people auditioning for drama school, or if you're not at drama school and you're auditioning, you'll be seeing the same people in your casting bracket. And more often than not, people are lovely. Like, they really are. No one wants to be a horrible person. So, yeah, just be nice. Being nice goes a long way, and we are watching out for it. Enjoy it. I know, after all of that, just try and enjoy it, because it's your moment, right? And you've worked so hard, you've put all the work into it. Just really enjoy it. Auditioning for drama school is a unique experience. Auditioning for BYMT is a unique experience, but just enjoy it. Oh, there we are, drama school self-tapes, we're already there. Okay, so self-taping. Has anybody, I'll be really quick with this because I want to do a Q&A. I don't know if people have self-taped before. If you haven't, these are the tips that I would use. Can you guys, I think you guys can see that, there you are. Someone said, chat. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, someone said, yes, they have done self-tapes. A lot of drama schools now, we tend to be using this. There are two ways to do this. You want to have good lighting. That's so key. People say where possible, you want the light to come from in front of you, like you want a window in front of you. You can see mine's behind me. Boom. Wow, that looks super bright. But so it's not always possible, but you can use a ring light, a selfie light, or if you've got, you're able to brighten it on your iPad, which I often do when I'm doing self-tapes. A self-taping skill is something you will 100% use after drama school, for real. So yeah, just have good light, make sure we can see you. Have a plain background, like I've got here, okay? Dress appropriately. Do not, I've had people audition for drama school online and they have either worn some people wore pajamas, some people really did not wear a lot of clothes. Yeah, wear clothes, please. Yeah, dress appropriately. So have like a flavor of the character that you're going for, but like if you're doing, I don't know, if you're doing the wolf from Into the Woods, you don't need to come in with like ears and like, just have like a flavor of the character. If you're doing Little Red Riding Hood, don't come dressed in a cake, carrot, or basket, but maybe have like, wear something red, like a little red dress, or I don't know, have something that alludes to the character. Have a steady camera. We do not want you wobbling like that. Steady camera. Good acoustics, so we can hear you clearly, especially if you're singing. Make sure your backing track, if you're using a backing track, isn't louder than you, because that can be quite shrill for us as panel, as listeners. So loud enough that you can hear it easily, but not so loud that your neighbours can hear you too, okay? Make sure we can see your eyes. This sounds really silly. Please don't wear sunglasses. People have, don't do that. Your eyes, they say, are the windows to the soul, and I think that's true. We can see you emotionally connected through your eyes as much as your physicality. So, and like I keep saying, if you're connected truthfully and believably, we believe it. So please let us see your eyes. Frame yourself correctly. This is a correct frame. I've got a plain background behind me. Please excuse my sofa. You can see there's a little bit of a gap above my head that can probably be made a little bit smaller. Space either side of me, and I'm framed just from there, just about here. This is the ideal frame, unless they specify otherwise. The only other can't say it. The only other thing they might ask for is to see a full body shot. But when you're doing your songs or when you're doing your scenes, this right here, that's what you want. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Slate. A slate. Oh, I'm running out of time. Sorry, guys. A slate is basically when you introduce yourself. So if I was slating to camera, okay, this is what I would do. I'd say my name, my agent, where I was based, or my height, whatever they've asked for, and the part I was auditioning for. So I would be Aretha Ayeh, Bloomfields Welsh Management, The Stranger. Yeah? Or Aretha Ayeh, Bloomfields Welsh Management, Susan Hope. Just like that. Okay? For drama school, they'll want you to say probably your name, they might ask for your height, and they might ask for your location. So, Aretha Ayeh, auditioning for the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama, 5'5", and I'm based in London. They might ask you to do give permission for the panel to see your video, and they'll give you the blurb to say for that. Make sure you do that, please, or we cannot watch them. That goes for any drama school, I'm sure. Let us know before each piece on tape what you're about to perform. You don't have to do this in real life working situations, but for drama school, it's just really helpful if you just take a moment for you and for the panel before each piece just to say, I'm now going to perform an extract from King Lear. I'm now going to sing my up-tempo song. I'm now going to sing my classical song. Do you know what I mean? Speak clearly. So many people do not speak clearly. Me, myself, I've done it in this webinar. Make sure you speak clearly. And that's helped by not rushing, keeping your pace. And again, have fun with it. Practice your self-tapes. Practice them at home, just for anybody. Practice them for yourself until you're comfortable with it. You don't want to feel uncomfortable. That's never fun for anything. So just practice it. Give yourself a little setup. And you don't need a big camera. I use my iPad, and it's an old iPad. You can also use your phone. You can use your laptop. You can use a camera, whatever you want, really, as long as it's clear and there's good acoustics. That's brilliant. And I think that's it. Whoa, I got through everything. That's amazing. I didn't think I would. I hope that was helpful. Right, I'm opening the chat. Oh, there's lots of things. Right, people raised hands. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to. Godson, Lucy, how do I? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. And then I'm going to look in the Q&A. Oh, someone said, what drama schools do you recommend? That's pretty hard because there's lots and lots of different drama schools. I would say, for me, it's kind of like when you go to a drama school, you've got to find out which one's best for you. So RADA is a fantastic drama school, but if you want to do musical theatre and you really want to focus on that, RADA obviously doesn't provide that, but RADA is brilliant. Central, obviously, slightly biased, I went there, but Central's a really good school. GSA, Arts Ed, fantastic. Mount View's fantastic. Lambda, I mean, they're the kind of big ones. If you go on, if you even just Google top drama schools, all of these things would come up. Someone's putting in the Q&A, Lucy Carpenter said, how do you handle rejection? Rejection is hard. Like, you can't get every single job you go up for. And that's not because you're not good, guys. That's probably because they've got, like I said, if you're doing a real thing, they've got to fit stuff together. You might not be quite what they're looking for. Often they might say, come back next year. How do you handle rejection? I always say when you go to an audition, once you've done it, forget about it. I know that's really hard to do. Even for me, sometimes I'll be, I don't know, at home watching TV and then I'll start thinking about it. But really just try and forget about it once you've done it. But just remember that it's not that you're bad. I don't know if that helps at all. I hope it does. I've got the chat side by side, so you guys can chat to me as I'm looking at the Q&A, by the way. Annabella Fairgrieve, I hope I said that right, asked, what inspired me to get into the industry? I don't know. I just always liked it. I just always really, really liked it. I think, I don't know, I was a very shy child. So my parents got me into ballet when I was really young, when I was really diddy, like 4 years old. And it kind of just grew from there. And then I did my local youth theatre. I don't know, I just love it. I couldn't imagine not doing it. I absolutely love it. What school did I go to? Royal Central School of Speech and Drama. That was from Maya. I went to Central. When is it best to go to musical theatre school, 16 or 18? I think that depends on the individual. If at 16 you feel ready to do it, go. If you're 18, do it. I went when I was older because I went to uni first. So yeah, that just goes to show. I went when I was about 20, I think. And I did a full degree before that, but here I am, still working. So yeah, whatever's best for you, I'd say. Would you suggest going to sixth forms and doing your A-levels or going to an empty college? Again, I think that is, if I click dismiss, it's just because I've read them. I think that depends on you. That depends on you. If you want to do your A-levels and finish it, do that way. If you want to go to, I can't answer that for you. But no matter what choice you make, it will be the right choice for you. Yeah. Someone said, oh, you can go to uni. That's from Shamoya. Yes, you can go to uni and again go to drama school. Do you feel going to uni before drama school was helpful? It was different. I did something at uni that was nothing to do with musical theatre at all. I did a very academic thing. But that was what uni? I went to the University of Central Lancashire up in Preston. So yeah, if you do musical theatre at uni, lots of people do, and then they go on to do a one-year course at drama schools. They can do that as well. I found it helpful for me because the life skills I took from that were helpful. So yeah, is it better to do a foundation course? Not always. There have been some people that have auditioned. Sorry, that's from Oliver Coates. There have been some people that have auditioned for drama school that I've seen, and the MD that I'm working with might suggest to them doing a foundation course, but that isn't necessarily always brilliant because there have been people that have auditioned that have done foundation courses and you wouldn't be able to tell. Do you know what I mean? So no, not necessarily. You don't necessarily have to do a foundation course. How do you handle the stress of theatre whilst personal things are going on at home? That's really hard. That's from Isabella Awang, I think I said. I hope I said that right. It's hard, you know, but I always say try not to bring it onto the stage. When you're on the stage, that is that. And try not to bring your stage stuff home because, for example, my mister, he's not an actor. Can't act for toffee, as we like to say. So if I'm doing a scene where I'm playing a depressive character or I'm playing an angry character, and sometimes it takes a while to get rid of that, I have to try and leave it at the door. Because he didn't ask for that. He didn't ask me to come home angry and stressed, you know, because I'm so invested in that character. And it's not healthy to do that as well. I find a way to get out of character. Sometimes I listen to music. Like I listen to music to get into character sometimes, and then again, a little playlist to break it. I hope if there's anything personal going on at home, I hope it's not too bad. So yeah, I hope that helped. Hannah Doherty, Central is my dream school. I've got final round for CDT. Amazing. I really want BYMT ACT. Do you think it's worth CDT, the Collaborative and Devised Theatre course at Central School of Speech and Drama? I don't know if there may be people that are on it like yourself, Hannah. 100% worth it. Some of the best actors I know they're my friends as well, but there are some of the best actors I know have come out of that course. There are people on that course who are doing musical theatre. who have done musical theatre. There are people who've done that course who are working in films up in Hollywood, like doing Star Wars or X-Men. There are people that are working for the Royal Shakespeare Company, people that are working constantly in TV and screen. CDT is an amazing course. I cannot tell you enough how brilliant it is. Maisie Kitchen, oh, cool name, said, I'm starting a 3-year course for MT in Scotland in August. I was planning on auditioning for the postgrad course in London after that. How is the postgrad different from the 3-year course? I did the 3-year course, so I can't speak personally about what was different about a postgrad. But no, for me personally, I don't think if you've done a 3-year MT course at a school in Scotland, that's a really good school. I don't think you need to do a postgrad course, because everything that you've learned in that 3-year course should be what you're getting in the postgrad. The postgrad is just 3 years condensed into one. So no, I personally wouldn't think that you'd need to do that. And also it's expensive, but you should have learned everything in that 3 years. Everything that you could possibly cover would have been covered then. Godson, I'm not even going to attempt your surname because I don't want to say it wrong, said, I can sing and act, but I'm not the best dancer. Should I be worried? Absolutely not. No, don't worry. That's what you go to drama school for, right? At drama school, like, I know some people that went to GSA and they had like remedial taps, so they had like extra lessons alongside the dance. At Central, some people there were amazing dancers, yeah, but not everybody was like, oh, I can put my leg behind my head. No, do not be worried at all. If you can sing and you can act, most of the leads in musicals actually don't do that much crazy dancing. So aim to be a lead, Godson. There you are. Yeah, please don't worry, guys, if you can't dance, or if you're not a very strong dancer. You can build up those capabilities, but don't let it stop you. What was my audition process for uni like? It was, by uni, I'm thinking you mean drama school. So I just auditioned for all the drama schools that I could possibly afford to audition for. And I can't remember, I auditioned for GSA, RADA, Central, Lambda, ArtsEd. I think I auditioned twice actually. I auditioned once before I went to uni, and I was super nervous in my audition. I think I got 1. And I decided to go to uni. I was like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I don't know. And then after uni, I was like, no, screw this. I want to do acting. And I auditioned again and I got into all of them. So there you go. So my audition process was random. It would have been better if I'd known the tips that I shared with you guys now, because I would have tackled things differently, definitely. Ewan Berry, I think I said that right. Do you think you'd better do a BA in acting after a foundation in dance or an MT course? No. If you've done a foundation in dance or a foundation in MT, do a BA. Look, musical theatre acting, right? It's just acting to song. A song is just a monologue written for an actor to sing. Yeah? There should be no difference between acting and musical theatre. They're the same things at their core. Those questions that we ask, those are the same core principles which you should apply for anything. There is no point in being a great singer if you cannot act. You won't get the jobs, you just won't. So I'd say after a foundation course, if you feel that you need to, because not everybody does, some people do foundations and work straight away. If you feel that you haven't got everything that you want from that course, then yeah, look into a BA acting thing. If you know you can already sing and you can already dance, do a BA in acting and just keep working on your stuff. Were my family supportive? A little bit. It was very tricky for me. My bro was hella supportive. I was very lucky to have him. My parents, I think now they're totally fine with it because I've been doing this for God knows how long. But initially, I think they were apprehensive about me doing a career in the industry, because it can be very tumultuous. You know, not everybody is successful, but I was just so determined. I was like, this is what I want to do and I'm going to make it work. So yeah, it can be scary when you want to try and do something without your parents' support. I know that. But if you really believe in yourself, there will be people that support you. I had family, friends and stuff that were supportive, and so that was really helpful. But I support you. I hope that's helpful. I believe in you. If you're worried that nobody believes that you can do it, guys out there, I believe you can do it. Shamoya said, in an audition, if they ask for a monologue prior, are you allowed to use a song as a monologue? No. Unless they unless you can really justify it and you can do it brilliantly, do the monologue that they've asked you for. In a drama school, they'll probably give you set classical monologues and you can choose whatever modern you like. At Central now, you can choose whatever classical you like and whatever monologue. But if they ask for a monologue, do a monologue. Do a monologue from a play. There's so many good plays out there. Find one you relate to, apply the questions we worked on and do that. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. All right, I'll try and get through these. I think I'm getting through them. How do you transition from musicals to television? Just through auditioning, really. That was just auditioning and having a really good agent that opened those doors for me, got me in those rooms, and then just a lot of hard work. Stella Stevens. I'm sorry, I'm going to try and answer all of them, but I don't want to run over. What's your tip? Go straight to acting school to get good. If you can do, someone said, do you have to do like a straight acting course to do film and TV? No. I did acting, musical theatre, as you know, and I've done so much stuff like for the Royal Shakespeare Company, Hampstead Theatre, I've done musicals, I've done TV films, so yeah, do whatever course works best for you, but no, just because you're musical theatre doesn't mean that that's the only thing you have to do. It just means that you are a triple threat. You've got the extra arrow to your bow, or extra string to your bow. Best audition songs, I could spend forever on that, so I'd say Google that. There's going to be plenty of websites with lots of audition songs, but just pick one that's in your range, guys. Pick one that shows you up to your best ability. Right, I'm going to run over by 5 minutes. That's it. Sorry, Tatiana, I'm going to run over by 5 minutes. Did I take a gap year? No, I didn't. But it can, that was from Alice, it can help you gain experience to be a bit older traditionally for drama school, because I was. But it's not essential. It's not essential. How do you deal with big-headed people in the industry? Ignore them. There are always going to be horrible people. The vast majority of people in the industry are so lovely. And like I said, you'll become friends with them because you'll work with them, you'll see them on the circuit. But big-headed people are often very insecure. So ignore them. Don't let them ruin your day. Okay, we're getting through these. How to know when to cut off a song for audition if they're asking for 2 minutes. If you've been asked, if you've only got 2 minutes for a monologue or a song, and you overrun it, the panel will cut you off. That doesn't mean that you're bad, it just means that we've got to get through a lot of people. 2 minutes is your time. Hi, Kenna May Johnston, if you're still about, hello. I'm 12 and I love musical theatre. I do classical and musical singing, but I'm not a good dancer. How can I work on it? Go to dance class, go to enroll in dance school, just get yourself some dance lessons. That's the best advice I can give. Any tips for learning choreography? Just practice, practice, practice. I used to go on YouTube. In fact, I still do it. Even though I finished drama school, you're always learning, guys. Just never stop learning, never stop working on yourself. And I would just, I'd go on YouTube and I'd watch choreography. So I went on YouTube and I would watch this choreography of, I can't say what show it was, but I would watch this Beyonce thing over and over again. And I would learn the dance, right? And then I remember going to an audition, and it was just for practice. I just wanted to learn to pick things up quickly. Or go to dance classes and pick up the choreography at Pineapple as well. That's good. But yeah, I remember doing that dance over and over again, just to practice picking choreography up. And then I went to an audition and they did the dance. So that always is helpful. So you never know. So yeah, just watch choreography, try and recreate it. Neve, okay, we've got 1 minute left. You can get into drama school without studying beforehand, yes. Tape your music. Do not come with it in a folder. I said that already, I think. When the panel asks about your character, do you answer in first person or refer to your character by name? You can do either. I don't think it matters. If you're not getting parts after you've auditioned a lot, is musical theatre not for you? No. I mean, you can, like I said, there could be any reasons. There could be so many different reasons that you're not getting parts. It could be look. It could be anything. So please don't think that it's not for you if you don't get the jobs. Just keep working hard. It's a tough industry, but you'll get there. It's a tough industry. kind of, these questions are kind of the same. So I think I've answered everybody's questions. Is it? I think that's it. Guys, give me a yes or a no. I think most of the questions now are just about auditioning for drama school and choosing good songs. So is that okay, guys? If people are still here, give me a yes. Simon Norris Lauer, if you have a question, quickly write it at the bottom and I'll see it. Waiting for that. Rebecca, quickly write your question in and I will see it. I don't think there's a difference between Scottish or London. Simon, I can't see your question. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I hope that was helpful. Simon Norris. Simon, can you write it? Can you write it in the? Here. I've access to my school stage. Is it preferable to use it instead of a room in my house? Oh, this was self-taping. No, it doesn't matter. Just so long as you've got a plain background. This is my house, and I do all my self-tapes from my house. So yeah, you can. It doesn't matter if you've got the stage and you feel comfortable there and you want to do it. Yeah, but you can also do it from home. That's not a problem at all. Someone asked, how did I get an agent? I did a showcase at drama school. That's how I got my agent. And I went to meet lots of different people. They invited me to meet them. And you know, you get offers from different agents, and I picked mine. I'm with Bloomfield's Welch Management. Someone said our accent's bad. Only do an accent if you can really do it. If you can't, just don't do it. And take off your glasses in a self-tape. All of these questions, some of these questions I think are in the PowerPoint. So unless you've got glasses with no glass in them, don't wear them because we can't see your eyes. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think that's everything. I'm sorry if I couldn't answer all the questions, but yeah, that is it. Was that okay for you guys? I know I've run over by like 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. You've got places to be, you've got things to do today, but thank you so much. And for all the people that are auditioning for drama school or auditioning out there, it is a tough industry, but I believe in you. I'm sending you love through my video screen from my house to yours. Stay well, stay safe, take care, and hopefully see you all on stage soon. Good luck, guys. Bye.